know if what that means.
My whole office was like the dating game. We had a big partition. I just heard voices. I never saw faces.
Referred to the hearing as Fantasyland. Bad handwriting, that of a wacko. Does he think somehow that's legally significant? Okay,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Her language is that of a bull artist. Fantasyland. It's kangaroo court. Okay. All right. So that's where his thoughts on Transition. How many times did he tweet yesterday? Margie Terrell Green seemed a little panicky, Carlos. About 22 times?
Yeah.
She tweeted, yeah. Here it is. It's a statement from the office of the 45th president, technically, right?
Yeah, if it's on Troth.
Her fake story that I tried to grab the steering wheel of the White House limousine in order to steer to the Capitol building is sick and fraudulent, very much like the unselect committee itself. Wouldn't have even been possible to do such a ridiculous thing, because he was in a baby seat, I'm guessing. Her story of me throwing food is also false, and why would she have to clean it up? I hardly knew who she was. Okay, so...
That's baby giant Kevin. We saw you, Kevin Spacey, throw that plate of spaghetti against the wall.
I know, Carlos... what part struck you? Yes, you've raised toddlers, so you know about the food throwing. But I mean,
yep.
It's amazing that we still have the ability to be stunned, right?
Well, this guy
about Donald Trump.
Fred was never a father to him. That guy had no love. He had no supervision. Just a bunch of money.
Right.
I told you he was like DuPont Jr., the guy that shot the wrestler. The guy's crazy.
Right.
He's not an adult. Not even close.
Right. I mean, so I guess this is the roundup of all the bombshells. And the most legally significant, Carlos, that, Trump knew his supporters had weapons, encouraged them to march on the Capitol, and he tried to go to. It sounds like everything in the Acme, right? Pepper spray, knives, brass knuckles, stun guns, body armor, gas masks, batons, blunt weapons.
Whoopee cushions.
Yeah. Exploding birdseed, movable holes, I imagine. Rocket skates.
Smoke bombs.
Yeah. Okay.
Pink ladies.
Right. One of the Secret Service said something to the effect of these people are fastening spears on top of flagpoles. Right. Which is, what they're the patriots that on top of an American flag put a
Right. That's
knife
so they
to
can
kill
plant them on
police
Nancy
officers.
Pelosi's desk. That's why we were going to shove that spear right down on Nancy Pelosi's desk. That's what that was for.
Right. Okay, so we got all that. Trump wrestled with Social Security to go to the Capitol. Trump threw dishes regularly. He did not want to call off the rioters. Is there anything I missed in here? I don't know. I didn't need to wrap up. I've watched cable TV for 47 hours now, straight.
Yeah.
Travis, excuse me. I was going to say we'll talk to Glenn Kirshner, but even just that, the whole about the vice president. I remember Pat saying to him something to the effect of, the rioters have gotten into the Capitol, Mark. We need to go down and see the president now. Mark looked up on his phone and said he doesn't want to do anything, Pat. I mean,
that's like, right. When we get to the hearing, we really go into what was going on in the White House. This stuff is going to become crystal clear what he was doing.
Right. Oh, here's another statement. I'm sorry, Carlos. I don't have all the statements from the president. Okay, hang on. Here it is. I hardly knew who this person, Cassidy Hutchins, is, other than I heard very negative things about her, total phony and leaker. And when she requested to go with certain others of the team to Florida after having served a full term in office, I personally turned her request down. So that's in the same statement. He doesn't know who she is, but
Yeah.
Okay.
That's odd.
Right. Why does she want to go with us if she felt we were so terrible? I understand she's very upset and angry, and I didn't want her to go or be a member of the team. She's bad news. Okay, so that's baby's second plate of food that he threw yesterday.
And then keep in mind, this is a guy that will never testify for himself, like a mob boss.
Right. Well, I
don't understand the fealty.
Well, isn't that the game we're in now, Carlos? Who's going to prison for Donald Trump, or who's gonna flip? Cipollone?
Besides Michael Cohen? Yeah.
No, exactly.
Not General Flynn.
I love this one. A ranking member on the House Judiciary, Jim Jordan. By the way, he never even sat for a bar exam. I don't know how they put him on the House Judiciary, but okay. So Jim Jordan, who is the ranking member on House Judiciary, so he controls the Judiciary GOP Twitter account, tweeted, "It's literally all hearsay evidence. What a joke." So former federal prosecutor Renato Mariotti wrote, "You might want to read Federal Rule of Evidence 801D2. Her testimony regarding Trump's statements would be admissible in a criminal case against Trump." And then attorney Ken White retweeted the hearsay analysis and said, only some of it is hearsay. Need help understanding the difference? I'm here to help you. I'm hoping to help you. So if a player comes up to you and says, hey, coach, I went to the team doctor for a bloody nose and he grabbed my genitals instead, that's not hearsay because he's not repeating an out-of-court statement. It's something that person perceived. I don't know what his implication is here. But if people come to you and say, hey, coach, a bunch of people are complaining that the team doctor is perving on them in showers and doing gratuitous genital exams, that would be hearsay because they're talking about other people's statements. Now, say you were being sued for something. Say some sort of grotesque dereliction of duty for failing to report or stop the serial sexual abuse of people under your care. And a witness said, I told coach about it, and he said, I have nothing to do with this. That's not hearsay either, because in that case, your party opponent and a statement of a party opponent is not hearsay. Just like firsthand witness testimony about what Trump said would be a statement of a party opponent in, say, a prosecution of Trump. Okay. So that was a legal mic drop. And also, I think, like a half Nelson, legally. Don't you think? Or maybe like a...
That was a rear naked choke. That put some more gray into his teeth. God,
no, it's not his teeth. It's all of him, Carlos. He looks like E.T. dying in the creek. He's gray.
He looks like he's dying from a Slytherin curse from Hogwarts.
Yes.
Gray Learmus.
I'm not gray racist. I've never seen a human that is that gray. And I don't count E.T. because he's not human. But he was gray. Yeah. Sean is laughing because it wasn't.
Bad coffee left out in the sun.
Elliot.
Elliot.
I'll be right here. I feel like if Tim Jordan would say that, and maybe ate a Reese's piece, then I would like him more. Yes. Then I would be like, oh, you're not even human. I see.
I also learned yesterday he's about as tall as E.T.
I'm sorry? What?
Phone Mar-a-Lago.
Ouch. Elliot.
What? No, I said I learned yesterday he's almost as tall as E.T. They showed a picture of him walking down the hallway with like Mark Meadows and Cassidy.
He is very short. I'm saying,
really
okay,
tiny.
Listen, this puts a whole new light on things. As liberals, we like to be helpers. Maybe he is a relative of E.T. and that is why he is gray. And maybe we're being unfair to him. Maybe he's so short he didn't see the wrestlers being... Maybe he didn't know because he's so short he couldn't see in the showers. Yeah. Maybe that's what happened.
Well, he should just telescoped his neck like E.T. does.
We need to bring Drew Barrymore in to just... Oh, it's just Jim Jordan. I don't know about anyone else, but I am enjoing us. I'm enjoying us.
We are so mature.
I'm enjoying us so much.
Oh, that was Jim Jordan when he was asked whether he called Donald Trump that day. Yeah, of course I call him all the time. And,
I say we... All right, listen, we have a plan. This is why we're a yes and liberal improv group. So we let him belatedly on the... We're like, okay, we're sorry. You're right. You're on the panel. You can... Right? And then at the last minute, we bring... what do you call it? Drew Barrymore in. And he goes... and then he runs. He turns even more gray and he runs out.
Yep.
A little bowl of Reese's Pieces somewhere in there.
No, right. Bars, we put a trail of Reese's Pieces into the hearing room.
Yeah, that's what we
lure him in there. Bring in Drew Barrymore.
And then,
he flies away on his bicycle into the moon.
Yes, and then as we lead him into his solitary prison cell, he says, "I'll be right here."
I didn't pass the bar, but I know I get one phone call. Phone home, phone home, phone home.
You just fell out of your chair on air.
Too much fun. Oh, my stomach hurts.
What is wrong with you?
Do I have a... Oh, no, my stitches. I can't pop my stitches. They're already out. Yeah. I only have tape. Did I pop my tape? Okay.
Hey, take it easy, Norma Desmond.
It's collapsed. It's all collapsing.
Like a bad souffle.
We didn't need dialogue. We had faces.
Phone home, phone home. Phone home, phone home.
There goes the stitch.
I'll be right here in my cell.
Isn't there a congressman named Elliot? Come on. Isn't there?
Elliot.
I'll work on that.
Elliot.
I'll be right here.
General Flynn, do you believe in the peaceful transition of power in the United States of America?
The fifth.
Oh my God.
Wow. A former United States general saying, I take the fifth on whether I believe in a peaceful transfer of power in the United States of America.
What a scum.
Wow. They got to call him back up immediately.
Yeah.
Court-martial him. He has belonged in jail for being a traitor for 16 other things before this.
Yep.
This is what happens, right, Travis? As Malcolm he said, when you let them get away with this insurgency continues, right? Okay.
I did have a question, Stephanie.
Yes, Carlos.
Did the insurgence of Russian money have anything to do with Citizens United? And I'm generally asking that. Wouldn't that made it easier for the oligarchs to just pump in money?
Yeah, it's all connected. Yes.
Thank you, George Bush. Thank you, third-party voters. Thank you, Ralph Nader, people in Florida and Minnesota. Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks for voting out of spite instead of using pragmatism like Noam Chomsky, your hero, says.
I know, Carlos, don't get me started again. I can't. Someone posted the...
And for people arguing
the graph of the amount of Jill Stein voters in the 3 swing states where Paul Manafort shared polling data with Russia. Again, there is just no disputing it. Donald Trump won by 10,000 votes in Michigan. 50,000 people voted for Jill Stein. Similar stuff, anywhere from 30 to 50,000 votes in Wisconsin and in what's the other Michigan.
Yes.
I mean, the margin of Jill Stein voters alone, which was what they... Why do you think she was sitting at the table with Putin and Michael Flynn? That was exactly the plan, to get enough Bernie voters to vote for her or stay home. And it worked like a charm. And so, anyway,
also the people...
way more than the margin of victory. Yeah.
Also, people arguing that Dems could have codified Roe versus Wade means that you don't care about voter suppression or about religion creeping into the Constitution. It also means that you think you're absolved of your bad decision just because you think somebody else might have made a bad decision. It is such a second-grade thing. Yeah, but Biden and the Democrats did... That has nothing to do with your bad decision to vote third party after a primary.
Yeah, Democrats
you still are
not the right
absolved.
target. Not the right target right now.
Okay, there you go.
Nance says we are in the fall of democracy. Literally, when he says this is my final warning, I've been warning for how long about this. This is it. I mean, this is it, this midterm. Single-issue voter. Democracy. That's it. You will be shocked to know that Melania might have had some knowledge of this. What?
Money.
Donald Trump press secretary Stephanie Grisham suggested First Lady Melania Trump may have had some knowledge about her husband's plans on January 6th. There was a text exchange that they revealed yesterday where she texted former Melania Trump to ask her, do you want to release a statement saying violence is bad? She wrote back with one word, no. And she just said, it just made me think she knew something. It made me think she knew perhaps her husband was going to be down there. She knew something ahead of time. Of course she probably did, right? They all knew. No. Everybody knew. And no one did anything to stop this. I mean, that's what's just extraordinary yesterday, right?
Yeah, the fealty, the fear. You know, it is like Russia. They probably are afraid of getting hit. There are probably threats on their family. Of Adam Kinzinger would, testify with the threats that he got. They're all getting that. Liz Cheney's getting that. They need extra security, much like Kavanaugh does.
You know what happens? We were saying when they interview these Trumpers and one conspiracy theory goes away, that just creates another one. There's no end to their lunacy. We were yesterday. Steve Bannon joined the ranks of conspiracy theorists who believe the man who was the Senate Sergeant of Arms could have been murdered. He claimed there was a huge firestorm because of the death of former Sergeant at Arms Michael Stenger died, I guess. And he played a clip of Stenger's statement on January 6th, noted that he had said he suggested professional agitators were to blame for the attack. And he said, I'm not saying it's another Vince Foster, but we'll just have to see. Okay, Travis, first of all, that doesn't mean professional, like Antifa or whatever. There is no evidence Antifa or anybody else was involved in any way.
None whatsoever. And they wanted them there.
Right.
They wanted a confrontation.
That was one of their first things they floated. Oh, it's not our people. It's Antifa. Kevin McCarthy's the one that screamed back at Trump. It's not Antifa. It's your people.
Yeah.
Tell them to go
home.
Down. Right. Exactly.
Phone home.
Yeah. To phone. Don't start him again. Don't start.